ATL on the rise, you know how we do. Beach tree dreams, dirty birds flying through. From the gridiron to the diamond, courts to the pitch. We reppin' ATL sports, every team, every niche. ATL, where the flames ignite. From Truist Park to the bins at night. Dreams take flight, Hawks soar high. United we stand, reaching for the sky.
This past week got me feeling a little bit like Jameis Winston. Eating dubs again feels good.
Oh,
How you feeling, Kraemer?
That was the drunkest most Atlanta Falcons Thursday night game I've seen ever. I mean, I'm ecstatic we won because, that's a division opponent.
Yeah.
Trying to ruin their chances as well. We're eliminated, but it's hater season, man. It's hater season. We just
100%.
We're just playing. We're here to disrupt.
We're ruining seasons and we're ruining draft picks. That's what we're doing right now.
That's exactly what we're here to do. We just got to be petty, but it's the fact that we put up almost 20 penalties and won the game.
We got a lot to get into about this game, which was truly one of the funniest and also pretty happy moments of the Falcons season entirely. Before we get into that, we're gonna
a lot of good things about the season. So
no, yeah,
it is.
Yeah, it's one of 5 good points.
Yeah,
but no, listen, we got this day in the A, and it's actually about this week. And I don't know if you noticed this, but today, in fact, the Braves acquired Ha-Seong Kim at shortstop for a 1-year, $20 million deal.
Mm-hmm. I saw.
Which definitely helps out the shortstop position from a batting perspective. The guy hasn't had crazy numbers on his career. I'll give him that. Last season, he only played 24 games with 87 at-bats, but he did have 12 RBIs, had a bunch of hits, hit 253. His career average is sitting right around there, with some dingers mixed in. He had a huge contract in the past with the Padres. So we're keeping it local. We're excited that we have a shortstop who's not just another version of Nick Allen, actual some talent there. That's this day in the A. Now let's go back what will be almost a full week from now and talk about what the Falcons did to the Tampa Bay Bucks and how weird of a night it was.
What? I mean, that game was so stressful for no reason.
Right.
It's so nice being on the other side of blowing a multiple score lead late in the game. I mean, wow, this is what every team feels like playing against us, where they're like, well, we're not down yet. We're not down and out yet. Like,
imagine giving up 15 points in the fourth quarter to this just train wreck of a Falcons offense.
We ended up winning by 1 point.
Yeah.
Should have been 3. I just can't believe we went for it twice instead of just trying to.
Yeah,
I mean, you had to on the second one, but
right.
I cannot believe, why would we not just tie the game? I mean, that just shows still how much of imbeciles this coaching staff is.
Terrible.
I mean, I hate to be negative because we did win and that was cool.
No, let's get it out on the front end. Let's talk about the coaching.
Let's be honest. We had no business winning that game with 19 penalties and going. Just what are we even doing? What we want to get aggressive now? Now we want to get aggressive? Okay, where the hell has that been?
Some of the penalties. Let's also just have at it here. AJ Terrell had his worst game of the century. Hard job bagging up Money Mike when he's back healthy. And also some of those penalties were just so bad. I hate to talk about rest, but he barely touched a guy and Mike Evans was running straight into his body and they're holding. It's hey, listen, a defender can have the right to his positioning. And Mike Evans just galloped through him like a Clydesdale. And it was okay, I get it. There was contact, but it wasn't even started by AJ. So he got 3 penalties in the first quarter. And I'm sitting there okay, one of those is a pretty bad PI, and the other 2, I'm not that bad. The penalties that kill me, are the ones that still have to do with alignment and assignment and point right back to coaching, which are false starts, delay of games, and holding penalties, and people just have no idea on earth where they're supposed to be.
Man, it was crazy to see how many – but, sorry, let me first allude to what you first said. soft as crap. I mean, I cannot believe they did not let the boys play ball. I mean, they were
especially in the first half, man, all over it.
Almost, I mean, they had to get the call from the headquarters or something saying, "Yo, you guys are calling this game insane. Like, this is ridiculous."
They were probably like, "We got to do everything we can to save the Bucs." I mean, that's what I think it was. It was like, hey, like these Falcons team, they're dead as a doornail. We got to keep the Bucs in this thing.
You cannot tell me that there wasn't some home cooking there because what the heck? I mean, that's ridiculous. And, you know, you got the Tampa Bay football team fans that are in the crowd that don't know ball because they're idiots. And they're over there like, oh, that's a clear penalty. And then they get the penalty, and that's not a penalty at all. Watch the tape. Watch the tape.
Yeah, when they show the reviews, it's like, man, you really wish that was a challengeable offense like they can do in NBA nowadays because it's like, oh, my Lord, dude. Like, it's just like no contact at all or like a blatant push off by the offense and it's called on us for like getting thrown back, grabbing their hand. It's like, dude, it was trash. But
AJ Terrell, like you said, a lot of rookie type penalties from him, which was just, it's sad to see. But
dude, it's so uncommon though. So it's like, I'm cool with one game.
I agree.
Tough assignment.
I agree, but they weren't even they were targeting like all of our veterans. I mean, almost every holding call was on Jake Matthews, and it's just like, come on, that's Jake Matthews. You think he's
multiple time Pro Bowler?
You think he doesn't know what he's doing?
Right.
Shut up.
It's like you go back to it. You watch every play over. You call holding on every play.
Yeah,
on the offensive line. I get there's some that are worse than others, but like. I hate the whole disengage rule, like with the reffing, where it's like they go to the side and like they have like 0.0 seconds to disengage. Like, come on, you know what I mean? Like these guys are violent trench boys. They don't need to be dealing with that.
If you want to call a soft game, if you want to not let the boys play ball, then do it for both sides of the ball. We had 19 penalties for 125 yards. They had four for 25. Shut up, dude.
What's crazy too is like. You look at the number of penalties, the yardage, 125 yards, whatever you said, and then you look at the number of yards Kobe Bryant gave up, which was like 145 when he got targeted. It's like there's 2/3 of their offense was throwing over Kobe Bryant's head. Who actually, like, I still like the kid. He's so young, and he's a baller. He was still talking all that crap when he was headed off the field to the fans.
He had that hit on Mike Evans where they came up and tried to fight him, and he just looked back and went,
"Yeah, dude. Like, I like the kid a lot. He got
Demon.
Cooked.
He's on Demon. He's big George Pickens energy.
Yeah, he is, dude. Slumped over the TV with the ski mask on, watching his name get called.
Yeah, he needs to up there.
But dude, I mean, the story of the day is Kirk Cousins turned back the clock and decided that for whatever reason he was going to play the greatest game of his life on December 11th, 2025.
I think there's like it's already been broken to him. Like, hey, you're probably not going to be back here next year because we got to like release some of that money, and we're going to go probably just get a guy that is manageable. Jameis Winston to go and play the first couple games until Michael Penix can get back. I've also heard the rumor Michael Penix might not play all next year anyway.
Michael Penix, I mean, may not have any cartilage left in either of his knees, so we may have to get a new quarterback.
Kenny, this. Do you know what a QB-gami is?
A QB-gami, like origami?
It's a page that keeps up with the stat line of quarterbacks, all the stat lines in the history of the NFL. And Kirk Cousins, because it keeps up with the stats if something's never happened before, it explains like what this quarterback did on this day, right?
Oh, perfect.
Today, or on last Thursday, there was no QB-gami. Kirk Cousins didn't do something no one else has done before. But you know why? Because he threw for 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. The only other quarterback to do that in the history of the NFL was Kirk Cousins, October 17th, 2021.
I love it. The script writers got bored and they're like, give us something good from the past. We got to have something here.
Play the hits. They said play the hits.
Yeah, play the hits. Hits only here. We're not doing that deep track stuff. I go back and I look at this stat line too, and like absolute contract game for our guy Kyle Pitts.
Which is
holy cow, dude.
I just don't think we're going to pay him. I don't know what the Falcons are going to do, and unfortunately, I think we're not going to pay him the money that he's wanting. And of course, that's when he decides to have his best game ever because he's like, ooh, look, I'm still worthy. And I just think the Rams are going to target him or the Chiefs.
Well, the Rams might be able to just get the best tight end in the draft with our pick. So, I mean, they could probably get that. We got to make that worse. Again, hater ball. That's what we're here to play.
Yeah, that's true. Speaking of which, we play them next week, but we'll get into that.
Do we need any more wide receivers? Because, I mean, David Sills is the man.
Also causing so many penalties for no reason.
Dude, dude. But 6 receptions for 78 yards, 21 on the long. He did twice as good as Darnell Mooney did.
Gosh. But anyway, Kyle Pitts, career game, best game of his career, 11 receptions, 166 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
To anybody that might have been playing, like, I feel bad because it's just the internet's talking about how the hell do I have the first seed in fantasy and I go against the guy that just barely snuck in and had to start Kyle Pitts because he had nobody else.
What do you have, like 45.6 fantasy points too?
I don't know, depending on PPR, but I know it was like 38 in like my league, and it was just ridiculous. I'm in a
PPR league, and I think it was 45 something. And he was on the bench.
It's just hilarious at this point. It's like that was the guy we thought we drafted all this time. That was the guy. And you want to show up late for school and expect an A, and that's exactly what's about to happen.
Dude, between him and Bijan with 8 receptions, 82 yards, dude, the guy had another 175 yards total from scrimmage.
Leads the NFL in total scrimmage yards, by the way, because what did I say at the beginning of the season? He's not the second best running back. He's not the third best running back. Yeah. He is the best running back in the NFL. He's
RB1, and it's funny, man. Like, I mean, Christian McCaffrey could maybe make an argument for when he gets handed out off the ball, but receiving the ball right now, Bijan's just on a whole other level.
It's not comparable.
And I mean, it's like we haven't had Drake London for what, 2 straight games now?
3.
And the whole time we're like, we got to get Pitts going. And he's been open, and we haven't gotten the ball. And then finally, Kirko was like, who's that 6'5" beast who's just wide open on these like check down and curl routes? Like, oh, let me toss to him, and he just busts them. And so I'm glad it worked. I'll be like, I'm not hating because we're
Kyle
happy.
Pitts should be running a slant route every single game. Like, every single play, he should run a slant route because I don't think anybody can stop him on a slant route with his reach and his height.
And if they're going to run zone, just put him in that little 8-yard dig where he just sits in between them like we were doing and just hit him every time when he's just sitting there. Then he runs out the outside for 15 yards. Awesome night. Jesse Bates, don't want to switch too fast. Let's stick here, actually. So the touchdown scored. Bijan had 1 rushing. Who all caught the touchdowns? Pitts had 3 touchdowns. That was it. That was the scoring.
Bijan with 1 rushing. It was
Bijan rushing and 3 touchdowns for Kyle Pitts.
I mean, after Kyle Pitts, the way I'm going to brag because this is how much I know ball. I got text messages to prove it. I was in my group chat after that first Kyle Pitts touchdown. And then after the second drive, I saw how he was getting targeted. I go, dude, he's having a hat trick tonight. There's no doubt. And I was like,
can we get screenshots? Do we have receipts?
Yeah, I got receipts, and I'll post them. I'll post them on the Instagram.
Yeah, we need to see
this. Is a Kyle Pitts. I said there's a Kyle Pitts legacy game.
So what do we do now? Because, like, we've talked about this in the past. If it comes time to rebuild and we got to get picks and people. Originally, I was going to say, well, Kyle Pitts would be a good bargaining chip, but he's going to be a free agent if we don't re-sign him.
We're screwed. We're screwed. We should have done this last year. If we were going to trade him, we should have traded him. But now he's worth a lot. Now he's going to get a contract without any benefit towards us. And it's just exactly how the Atlanta Falcons play. It's just ridiculous.
Our level of stats over here, right? I'm going to use fantasy for you right now in tight ends that have played this past week through the season. Where do you think Kyle Pitts ranks after this game for overall tight ends?
After this game, he probably went. He didn't sneak up to the second, did he?
He's the second best tight end for scoring in the league.
I don't know what. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. That's so ridiculous. That's how like volatile the tight end position is in fantasy, though. It's just like one amazing blow you out of the water game. It jumps you from 16 to the second. Like, that's ridiculous.
I
it's
mean,
ridiculous.
And 16 for the Falcons with how we've been playing is already good. I don't know. I think Kyle Pitts, hopefully they watch this game. The problem is defenses are going to watch that game too for the rest of the season. The Rams are going to have him blanketed, as they should have already
if
done
Drake
for the
London
Bucs.
doesn't back, like
But that's when it gets fun. Like if Drake London is back, it's like, holy cow, dude. I mean, like honestly, at this point, put Sills in over Mooney because Mooney is.
Gosh, the Rams just have so much to play for right now. One, their division, everybody has a billion wins, so everybody's like in contention for a wild card spot to win the division, whatever. Then they really need to beat us because they want that draft pick to be better.
Yep.
And it's just.
I think what you're seeing these next few games for the Falcons, in my mind, is who really loves playing ball, right? Because that's what they get to do. These guys are getting paid millions of dollars to come out here and play ball. So let's find the guys who are the ones who love playing ball and are on a good value with the team going forward. Divine Diablo, obvious answer.
He almost had that interception. I was thinking of you, man. I was thinking of you. If he had two healthy hands, he would catch that ball.
If this dude wasn't rocking around with a cyber fist or whatever he's got on, dude, he would have had it. And it was honestly a little bit of a bad, quote unquote, bad day for him. Half a sack. He only had one full tackle and two partials.
It was a lot of running. It was a lot of running like Bucky Irving to the side though, and then it was just like a lot of out routes by like Mbuka and Mike Evans. So he wasn't like they didn't target a lot in his vicinity technically,
which is hilarious because if I'm the Bucs, I'm looking at my coaching staff after the game going, what the hell was that plan for the game? The Falcons have one of the worst pass rushing defenses in the league. Bucky Irving on the first two plays had 22 yards from scrimmage on a catch and a carry, and then it's almost like they never gave him the ball again.
They kept putting Rachaad White out there, which makes me think. I know Bucky Irving. I don't know if it was his first or second game back from an injury he had. He had an ankle and hip injury, but Rachaad White was out there a lot. And I mean, Sean Tucker is just like the merchant when it comes to the goal line. Like, I don't know what they're doing with Sean Tucker, but they're just like, all right, that guy's our third string and he's getting the touchdowns now. So
dude, fantasy owners got to be pissed. So Bucky Irving, actually going back and looking at it, he got 16 touches. So not great, but it was almost like, all right, if Rachaad White's going to be in the game, it's like a passing play.
I don't know what they're doing themselves over there. Yeah, I mean, it's
if they just ran the ball up the gut and quit doing like zone outside plays, they would have rushed for 200 yards against us.
Also, I don't know. Baker Mayfield trying to get too cute, dude. Baker Mayfield trying to rush up the middle and stuff like that, and he was beating. Shout out Jalen Walker. I mean, beast, 5 straight sacks in 5 games.
Dude, him and Pierce are on just like another level.
Oh, not Walker, Pierce. Sorry, Pierce is 5 sacks. My bad. Yeah, but goodness gracious.
And not only that, he had 2 in this game. He has set himself in a position where if he just has like 1, maybe 2 more sacks the rest of the season, he should win Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Without a doubt. I mean,
if he has 10 sacks, he has double-digit sacks in his first season. Yeah. Which he's at 8, right? I mean, if he has 2 more sacks in 3 games, it almost seems like that's inevitable.
We still play the Saints at home, so go ahead.
Chalk one up.
Go ahead and chalk one of those up. Yeah.
Also, I want to give one more shout out the defense here. Where is he? Kale London in the interior. Actually played a really good defense, like from an interior lineman perspective. So I'm pretty sure, did we pick him up like a few weeks back off waivers or some situation? I'm almost positive we did. And he came in and he was actually putting pressure and doing a good job stopping up the middle a little more, which was like, wow, that's a breath of fresh air. So that was awesome. Yeah, Falcons picked him up. Let's see. Recently, he was practicing for the squad on October 15th. That's huge to have somebody in the middle who can do some work. He got in for a sack too. Love that.
So there's what do you have any? Sorry, the defense played incredible. I mean, the only reason we won. There's 3 things that I want to talk about. I'll do the first one has to do with the actual game itself. that fumble. I have no idea, no clue how we got that. You could look over that tape 1,000 times from every angle the cameras had. Made no sense.
No.
Absolutely no sense that we got that back. But guess what?
Picture?
But guess what? We deserve one time.
Yeah, we do. The boys earned this one.
I don't care that it didn't make sense. That was our ball. I don't care if Tampa Bay had the ball. We had the ball. That's ours.
Yep, that's right. And listen, the team that's just lost 7 of 8 games, aka us, we deserve it. We deserve one fumble. Hey, you go look at the photo, man. The freeze frame of when the fumble happened. There's 5 Bucks and 1 Falcon in the frame, and the one who actually got the fumble is like 5 yards behind the play. It is like the most hilarious situation.
Yeah,
and
like
honestly,
I said, our ball
couldn't have happened to a worse franchise, the Bucks, man. Just so happy that happened to them.
Oh, 100%.
Zane Gonzalez, also the man. The man.
He did. He I don't know if he's going to be our long-term kicker. However,
but don't forget, we have this German dude who's on our practice squad who says
dude, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for Lenny Craig. Dude, he's
apparently he's a work in progress. Apparently Raheem Morris is working really tight with him to make sure he's kicking correctly, which means nothing.
So he's gonna start next season. Miss like the first field goals.
He's gonna start. He's gonna come out putting 2-foot divots in the back like Young Wei Koo.
Speaking of Raheem Morris,
I know
we talked about like this. We talked about the potential that he might be back next season. Yeah. He did something. This was the second thing out of the 3 things I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
I understand he was on the coaching staff for that Rams Super Bowl, sure. Okay. And Andrew Whitworth is his boy. Did you see what happened during halftime?
Yeah, that's unacceptable.
You are fighting for your job. You're fighting for the respect of the fandom. And you're on Thursday Night Live Prime TV kissing Andrew Whitworth on the cheek during halftime instead of in the locker room with your players? You are so utterly dumb and disrespectful to all the people that invest their times into the Atlanta Falcons.
He's out here acting like we were up 30 points. We were up 1 going into the half.
And then went down 14.
Right. Well, because he was too concerned about what color lip gloss he was going to put on to kiss Andrew after the game. That makes no sense to me.
It made my blood boil. I didn't watch the halftime because I went and made food and whatever, but I was sitting there like watching the clip afterwards and going, I can't believe that happened. Do you know how embarrassing that is? Do you know how
embarrassing it would been if we had lost and we almost did?
Hey, why is your head coach kissing a TV correspondent? What?
Yeah, I'd be like, I was like, I'm sorry, pause. I saw the video after the game because like I didn't watch the halftime either. I had to clean some dishes, and all of a sudden afterwards, I see that clip. Nobody in the world has a hotter seat at their job in my mind. Apparently, he doesn't because he's acting like everything's good. No one acts like that unless they know they have clarity in their job future, in my opinion. Because he's out there just having some fun, taking photos with Bucks fans because he used to be a part of the organization. It's like, we're supposed to like hate this team, their division rival. They're actually the only other division rival we have besides the Saints because Carolina's not a division rival.
We're too soft.
Too soft.
The organization is too soft. The only person that's not soft on this coaching staff, and that's why you don't see him in the media. That's why he doesn't talk. That's why you barely see him in press conferences because he doesn't care for all that Nancy stuff, is freaking Jeff Ulbrich.
Yeah, dude, and the guy's built like some sort of like Eastern European commando. Like I see him out there, and I'm always like, yeah, I would not go up to that guy at a nighttime. Like if he was at a bar and you like absolutely like bumped his shoulder, you need to be like, sorry, Jeff. Like I really apologize. Like I wouldn't size that guy up. That guy drinks
whiskeys on the rocks. That guy is out there just like you see a guy like that at the bar. You don't talk to him. He doesn't say anything to you, and that's your best friend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Jeff Ulbrich drinks whiskey neat alone in the corner of the bar, and not good whiskey either. He just drinks cheap whiskey to feel something. Guy's the man.
Yeah,
he's working with a crew that giving up 145. Kobe Bryant, love it.
He's I mean, he's working with a coaching staff where he's like, I don't associate myself with these guys. Like we're on the same group project, but I am doing the work. Like I am doing the work.
I feel like those like meeting rooms with him, Raheem, and Zach is like him in the background with his arms crossed while those two like wrestle on the ground and like laugh and play. And he's like, we've got work to do, guys.
He's like, this isn't Pop Warner. These are like grown men.
These are the best of the best. We need to tighten up here. But either way, thank you, Jeff. We won the game. So that's pretty sick, man. I had a good weekend.
Do we want to address? Maybe not. We're not going to address it but I will say
we're not going to address it, but we're going to address it right now. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Bijan Robinson got some flack for something he said after the game on Thursday night to the reporters.
Yeah. The smear the queer comment.
Yep. Again, a game everybody played growing up. If you grew up in America, if you played football growing up, you kind of
if you have football in your house with
not
enough guys to actually go play a game, you just played smear the queer. And I think one thing that gets taken out of context, he got some flack, but not really, because that's just what the game was called. I heard someone say kill the carrier. I had actually never heard it called that. And I actually never thought of it in a negative context until someone said, I was like, I guess
I grew up with four brothers. That's like one of the staples of the games we played.
Yeah.
But it was actually funny seeing a lot of the comments online of people just going like, the only crime here is that he apologized. Like, I was like, oh my God.
I think like it's just such an ingrained term in the nature of contact sports.
Yeah.
It's not, there's no hostility meant to a people group behind it at all. And I don't think it should have to be said that way, but that's the case.
Yeah, it's not meant to offend anybody. It's not meant to do anything like that. I mean, that is just one of those like generational things where it was just, something that just, I mean, nobody knew what the future was going to be like. So it's just another one of those things that probably didn't age as well.
Definitely did not age as well. Was also absolutely hilarious / jaw-dropping to hear said. I'm sure as soon as he said that, his PR person behind the camera was just like, oh my God, type Bijan.
The Falcons PR was like,
It's honestly funny. I would expect our front office to do more in retaliation to Bijan for saying that than to the coaching staff for losing this many games. That's the unfortunate situation we're in right
now. However, we have the Rams Monday night primetime. That's going to be kind of that. I mean, who knows? Maybe we sneak out a win. I'm not counting on it. I'm going to be pessimistic. The Rams have looked so dominant and have looked so good over the entire season, really. I mean, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams might be out for that game, though.
That would certainly help.
That would be massive.
That would certainly help.
But Kyren Williams also top 5 running back in the league right now, and he looks almost unstoppable against almost every defense.
So Kyren Williams is very interesting. You said that, and I know again coming back to us being like not real analysts and just fantasy analysts, guys projected only 11.3 this week, and I'm like, how when he's playing the Falcons defense
with potentially no Mike Hughes?
Yeah, I'm just like I see like a great opportunity for Kyren to have a big game, unfortunately for our team. But this upcoming game, this is a let's see what the Falcons, if they really got that dog in them, because everyone should know more than anybody, James Pierce. I traded away this pick everybody's complaining about. I want to see James Pierce get violent in the backfield.
Yeah, this is our pick. I mean, this is the pick we got from them. So
that's right.
I can't remember. Isn't Kirk Cousins like notably good on Monday night primetime games?
Yeah, Kirk's good at any primetime game in his past. He's not good in the playoffs.
Baby. Yeah.
Let's actually see if I can like find something on that real quick. There's got to be someone who's pulled up like Kirk Cousins Monday night stats, right? Like that.
Yeah, I mean that Philadelphia game last year was
Kirk Cousins is notoriously terrible in Monday night games. He is 5-10 on his career, but here's the good news: he's won every Monday night game he's played for the Falcons, and
so what?
He's
1, 2.
He's 5-1 in his last 6 Monday night games.
So chalk that up That's
Go ahead and put that in as a dub. Go ahead and put that.
Yeah.
No. Don't look.
It's at home. It's at home though, right?
Yeah, so this is I mean, there's a lot to look forward to in this game now that, I mean, it stinks like we have nothing on the line, but I'm still like, honestly, I hope these players are almost taking this with like let me go to work. Coaching staff needs to make, let's try some stuff out.
So I'll just leave with this, like my last comment is just, I guess you play your heart out regardless. I mean, we got a bunch of young guys, they're looking for contracts and everything like that. I get it, that makes sense. But obviously, we've had issues with coaching. So do you go out there and do your best, or do you try to be as bad as possible on purpose to get this coaching staff out?
I think this is the case. If you're a true Falcons fan, you just want to win games.
True, but these are players that, I mean, I guess more said so that they're looking for incentives by now. They're just trying to collect more money, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that, and I mean, like, dude, there's pride on the line, like being a loser in the league, like a team that's a loser, a player that's getting beat all the time, like, doesn't help you in any case. I mean, if you want to get rid of a coaching staff, here's the problem, and this is the real thing we need to talk about, is all the rumors I'm reading is that Arthur Blank is fully prepared to give Raheem another year. Even though he has proven nothing in his first 2 years or over his basically entire career as a head coach. That's where Raheem is. So I think we might have to get used to Raheem the Dream just absolutely coming out there and making life actually a nightmare.
Did you know there's been 537 coaches in the NFL history, right? 137 different NFL coaches. Guess where Raheem Morris is on wins and losses ranked in there?
Got to be at the bottom, like bottom 10 or something.
509.
Yeah, that's really bad. I just think like
he's in the 10% of the worst coaches in the history of the league.
Which is crazy. Where's like Chip Kelly in that? I mean, he even had a winning season, so probably much higher.
I just can't. I can't get over it. I don't know. It's stupid. It's dumb. But well, I mean,
dude, Chip Kelly has it.
If they can get rid of Zach Robinson, like that guy is it's just like he has ruined everything. And it's like, I don't even know if they consider this a revenge game against the Rams. They probably think this is, we got to let them win. Those are our boys over there. Like, we love Sean McVay.
Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, maybe Zach Robinson. That's the other problem. This guy's already got a predictable offense. His Jedi Master over there is about to just dissect this like crazy.
New conspiracy theory. We need to investigate his involvement with conversations with Sean McVay still, because what if he's actually just a plant that after the pick happened, that he is losing these games on purpose to make sure that Sean McVay has a better pick?
If Zach Robinson, for whatever reason...
You need to clip this because that's exactly what's going on, and I want it investigated now.
If he, like, for whatever reason, gets let go, it just ends up back on the Rams staff, it's got to go. It's got to go to the highest court.
I want, like, the
U.S. government.
This is up there with, like, the Connor Stallions BS. There's so much levels to this.
This is Netflix documentary stuff.
Shaving points. Oh my.
Yeah, the Zach.
I'm gonna die on that. This is the new hill I'm dying on. Thank you.
Yeah, well, and thank you Netflix for picking up the rights, and we'll be co-producers.
Yep. There you go. We'll be resources. Yep, absolutely. You can quote this and put it in the film, and yeah. Anyway,
we have a little bit of fun for everybody too. Beecham was nice enough to join. He's actually gonna be hopping in to talk about kind of 285 stuff, but really more about what's going on with the.
We owe you guys like a good Hawks episode, so here it is.
Yeah, here it is. You're welcome. Any last words on this team going into this next week?
No, man. It's I'm just interested to see what is going to happen, because after everything we spoke about, I don't know. I think maybe it's a fluke. We beat Tampa Bay. It was drunk, but then 19 penalties. I just don't know. If we have 19 penalties in this game, we will lose by 25 points.
I'm not even going to go look it up. The Falcons are the first team to win a game with 19 penalties. Don't even have to look it up. I'm going to say it right now. First NFL team to win a game with 19 penalties. Yep. Has to be right. Don't even need to look it up.
Yeah.
All right, and now we'll pass it over to Beach and me to talk a little bit more about the Hawks.
Appreciate it. Bye.
It's not very often in December that you get to go play a little basketball on the beach. That's exactly what we got here today is NBA on the beach with our man, Connor Beecham. Connor, welcome back to the pod.
Wow, what a creative name, Travis. Did you chat GPT that one too?
Did not, but I'm sure you've never heard a reference to your name and the beach associated before.
Yeah, quite literally always.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for that creative assessment there. That's great.
Yeah, we're happy to. We like to do things that are new and refreshing here on this pod. So I'm glad we could recycle that for you. We have Connor on here because as much as Kraemer and I have gotten invested in the Hawks, there's a guy, obviously Beecham, who knows more about this stuff than we do and really wanted to come on to talk about a few things today. The first one being a little recap of what Connor's seen. We've talked about it week over week about what we're seeing as the game goes on. The Hawks are sitting in statistically 9th place in the Eastern Conference, but there are 4 teams in that spot that have 14 wins or 13 wins and just less losses that are sitting right there. So clearly in the mix for the middle to upper middle part of the Eastern Conference right now. Through 25 games, how are you feeling based on what we talked about at the beginning of the season?
Well, Travis, when we talked initially, I gave you guys my 3 keys to success. You probably definitely don't remember what they were, but I'm going to go back through them, okay? We're going to go back through them because I've got them written down conveniently right here. The first key was Richeche, his development continuing, and we'll just go point by point. The first one was Richeche. For whatever reason, Quinn Snyder is really slow to pull Richeche off the bench in like the second, third quarter. Richeche's not playing a lot of minutes. He starts and he plays sparingly, but he's just not playing a lot. And so he's really not getting a chance to really learn. Quinn has actually been more prone to put Vit Krejci on the floor over Richeche. And I think as an avid Hawks fan, and a lot of Hawks fans on Reddit and some other places that I follow, are very frustrated with that because it's like, does Quinn hate Richeche? Like, what's the deal with these lineups? And so Richeche really has not gotten a chance to catch momentum at all. He's not playing very good. He's playing like your classic 19-year-old French kid. I mean, like, if you close your eyes, Travis, and you were like, I want you to envision a 19-year-old French kid. Okay, that's what we're dealing with.
Napoleon Bonaparte is just
Bonaparte maybe smoking a cig.
Yeah,
right.
Napoleon Bonaparte burn a heater with a cafe in front of a cafe. That's incredible. I think I've noticed that a lot with Richeche too, and I think I was about to say Vit playing over him a lot. Yeah, and it seems odd too, especially when you have a combination of Kennard and Vit and
Krejci, Kennard, Vit, and Keaton Wallace.
Yeah, there's a lack of scoring and ability to create, it seems, on the court at one time. All those guys are great pieces. Guys who, when you have a creator, can get the ball to them. But a lot of times, like, Jalen Johnson's not on the floor with them. Naw's not on the floor with them. So it's like, it's a weird lineup where you'd think the guy you put all that investment in with your first-round pick should be extremely useful at that time, right?
100%. Richeche, like we talked about, in any other draft, he's a top 15 guy. He's not a number 1, so we have to view him in that light, I think. But, to your point on V, that lineup, I think I saw somewhere that lineup is minus 27.
That's tough.
Okay,
but so I feel like I see it every game.
Dude, every game they put those 3 in, which they always do. That's their bench unit. That's their second team. Those guys literally put the other team back in the game almost every time. The number's there. I literally think it's minus 27 or 28. It's brutal. And what's funny is, though, like you said, every guy has some assets to him, but they just play horribly together. Like Vit Krejci, bro, the guy actually shoots the lights out. He's one of the hottest 3-point % shooters so far in the NBA.
It's over 45% last time I checked, which was a few weeks ago, so it could be less than that, but it was like 47% when I checked.
I mean, that is insane. I mean, and honestly, I'm not surprised to hear that. I mean, I could pull it up and figure it out, but he's shooting the ball really, really well.
Yeah.
Kennard has been a big disappointment.
Yeah.
Everyone touts like, 45% from 3 career-wise. He doesn't ever take threes. And like, I look back in some of the old Grizzlies Reddit, because he used to play for the Grizzlies, and that was the same gripe the Grizzlies had about him, is he would play and he has this great percentage, but his volume is super low. So he literally he'll get the ball and he will literally not shoot it. So that is, I don't know what the deal is there, but the ball kind of stops with Krejci and Kennard. They don't move the ball very well, even though they're both vets. And let's just call a spade a spade. Keaton Wallace is not an NBA player. He's a G leaguer for sure.
Yeah, he's a top layer G leaguer, like the guy who can fluctuate on the 10-day contract consistently across the league.
Exactly.
And he plays like it. Like you'll see him flash when he goes like actually gets a pure pick and roll with the big guy who doesn't help, and he just drives right by him for a layup. That happens like once a game.
Maybe.
And then it's silent. I mean, and then like some pretty consistent poor turnovers on passes where you're like, would have loved to have that possession back with anyone else.
100%. I totally agree. So yeah, the first key, Reece Shea, that's been a bit of a disappointment, but I think that's lineup and Trey Young related more than anything. So Reece Shea kind of been a downer. My second one was Kristaps Porzingis' health, which I don't know. I mean, if we were a betting man, we would all be super rich if that was the odds against him getting hurt because he's hurt. He's always hurt. I mean,
he's sick, dude. I mean, he's sick. That's the worst part. He's got POTS.
He's got POTS, man. I mean, what can you do? I mean, he was out for a 5-game stretch for illness.
Yeah, man.
Somebody said, I was reading something that I don't think that's ever happened in NBA history.
I mean, LeBron James is playing more consistent games than him, and he's, about to be 58 or whatever he is nowadays. I mean, that's such a disappointment, and it's the first thing I feel like most Hawks fans saw when the trade went down is like, theoretically, the unicorn is on the team.
Totally. The guy gets buckets. He's not a defensive guy. He cannot move his hips laterally at all. They need to do some hip mobility exercises with Porzingis. But the guy absolutely gets buckets. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Gallinari from the 2021 team. So if KP can stay healthy in the playoffs, I think they're trying to underutilize him now so they can utilize him in the playoffs and just, push that dead horse across the finish line. Just make it happen.
I mean, honestly, I hope it can. I think it's really brought upon, and this is something we haven't talked about enough between Kraemer and I, which is Big O has played unbelievable. And also, you're talking about shooting. Coming into the season, if you had told me that Big O would take as many threes as he had, I'd be like, this is crazy. He needs to be off the team. I mean, he's a 40% three-point shooter, and he's absolutely banging home threes. Meanwhile, he is doing dirty work, too. He's the classic Al Horford build where, like, he could get after it. He's got a jump shot, but you just wish he was 3 inches tall.
100%. 100% agree. I mean, I don't know what his three-point percentage is either, but what's the craziest, this actually alludes perfectly, Trav, to the third thing I said earlier in the year or earlier in the season about a key. And the third key was shooting percentages from All and JJ. And I specifically said, if you go back and watch it, I specifically said that Naw and JJ both need to shoot above 38% from 3. Naw is shooting 38.7%, and JJ is shooting 40%.
That's incredible, man.
Okay, that right there is the only reason that we are even remotely in the conversation right now. Yeah. Yes, we're the 9th seed, but we're like 3 games away from the 2nd seed.
Yeah, the East is really like those 9 teams are the ones who clearly seem to be in the running, and then there's like just below it is another bracket.
It's the 9 teams and then the Wizards.
Yeah, which did get us one time pretty bad, which was really embarrassing. Now, nobody played for the team, but
that was the most embarrassing. The thing with the team right now, so what I was going to tell you is, JJ, obvious breakout year. He's incredible. A star. He's an all-star. He could be in the MVP conversation, top 10 MVP kind of guy. He really is up there.
If the Hawks finish out in a top 5 position in the East with Trey Young being out half the season with this injury, and like you just said, it's like him and Big O floating this team through this time period.
Right.
And not just floating, but like he's dominating everyone he plays. Guy's got the only double-double in a first half in Hawks history, right? Or triple-double. I apologize. Not even double, triple-double.
Triple-double.
I mean, his spreads, by the way, I did pull them up. I was close with Veet. It was 46% if I round up.
Wow. On the year?
On the year.
That's really strong.
It's unbelievable. And then if you look at Jalen Johnson's numbers, he's averaging 23 points, 10 rebounds, and almost 8 assists.
It's insane.
Yep. And he's shooting 53 from the field, 40 from 3, and 80 from free throw.
That's unbelievable, dude.
If you told me that was Steph Curry's, like, whose number are these, I'd be like, golly, that sounds like Kawhi Leonard, or, you know what I mean? Like somebody who can really spread it out and attack. So to hear that's our guy, Jalen Johnson, is fantastic.
He's the obvious star. I'll tell you who is, without a doubt, the best Hawk. So the guy that's really keeping it all together is Null.
Yeah.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker was the best signing of the offseason by far. The guy is balling. The guy hits clutch shots. I read somewhere the other day that the Hawks are literally among the best in the league in clutch field goal percentage, and most of that is due to Null. So we win these close games because the dude just has ice in his veins. It's crazy. I mean, for the folks that really watch the Hawks, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, without a doubt, the signing of the offseason, in my opinion.
Jalen being the star, right?
Yep.
That's becoming the star
that
we thought he would be. But it's only because we had to replace our star. And like you said, filling those shoes, not just like filling that guard position. He's not trying to be Trey. He's doing his own thing, which is how he attacks, gets to his mid-range, sets other teammates up. But his three-point shooting has been unreal, too. And he's probably got the least sexy shot in the NBA, too. I mean, it kind of reminds me of like Derek Fisher on the Lakers. When you see him shoot, you'd be like, what are you doing? And just go in almost, I mean, what was that, 40% of the time? What's he shoot?
Yeah.
No, I mean, he's got the pedigree. It's in his blood, right? Like, obviously, Shea being his cousin.
100%.
MVP and champion. So
it's crazy he was like the 7th or 8th guy on the T-Wolves.
You know, a lot of people said, this is what I read when he came over, because I still didn't know much about him other than like seeing him flash every now and then. People were saying he's a new scenery kind of guy. Like, it's like, dude, he's got to get out of Minnesota. Like, he's just got to have new scenery. And apparently over the offseason, he took the NBA more seriously than he ever has. I think they did an interview with him recently. We were just talking about, like, he talked to Shea, and his workouts and his regimen was just like as tight as possible.
Interesting.
It shows. I mean, look at what he's doing now, man. And it puts us, it brings up a point. It brings up a point here, which is another thing I want to talk to you about, which is the way that this team is playing. All the rumor mill going around right now in the NBA about, what do you do with Trey Young?
Yep.
People who both love and hate Trey Young too are still talking about, like, maybe there is space for a trade. I think the worst one we've heard about, I talked about this with Kraemer too, was trading Trey for Ja Morant would be like a step backwards for both organizations in my mind.
100%. Yeah.
I do not want Ja Morant in Atlanta. The guy has a problem in Memphis with violence. It's like, dude, don't bring him to a bigger city, dude. Yeah, don't bring him to Atlanta. This is not the spot. He's the person who needs to go play for like Minnesota or Utah.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. He needs to get out of the city.
Yeah, he needs to get as far away from the city. I think
get far away from as many people as he can.
The Indiana Pacers might be a good spot. I'm trying to think if there's a basketball team in Alaska that might do him some good. But we don't need him here in Atlanta. I'm also just like, what do we gain from that trade? Is just getting rid of Trey and his money. That's not what we want. I think Trey's still a great player. Tell me your thoughts and what you're hearing about that as well.
There's a lot of Giannis talk. There's a lot of AD talk. To me, Ansi Saleh, the GM of the Hawks, is a really smart guy. He's made a lot of really wise decisions, dating all the way back to even when he was the assistant GM and he helped make that Dyson Daniels trade happen, which I don't know if you remember. DeJounte Murray was the main piece, and we got Dyson and another piece. I can't remember the guy's name.
I love DeJounte too, by the way. I was a huge DeJounte. I still support DeJounte, but I'm happy with what we got. I loved his mid-range game in general. Like the way he
100%.
played was so true to basketball. But yeah, that you're speaking truth. That now we have Dyson Daniels, who's extremely effective too.
Extremely effective. Not having a good offensive season, but just a stud on defense. Probably one of the best guards on defense in the NBA, if not the best. But where I was getting at is Ansi Saleh is a smart GM. He's a really good GM. He's Danny Ferry level GM. He knows what he's doing. And he's not going to make a trade, in my opinion, he's not going to make a trade this year for any big stars. They're going to get Trey back and they're going to run it out. They're going to see what this situation looks like. I don't know if you check the standings, but part of any reason that these rival executives believe we have leverage for this is because this pick.
Pelicans are just bombing. It's so beautiful.
It's terrible. I mean, they're so bad. They're so bad. And we almost lost to them too, but I'm not going to bring that up.
Yeah, no, but we didn't. That's all that. If you look back at the game, it's a W.
100%. If you look at the Western Conference standings right now, the Pelicans are very last. They're 4-22. They are not the worst NBA team in the league, though. The Wizards are. So they're the second worst NBA team in the league, which gives them a 14% chance at the first pick and gives them like a 50% chance at the top 3 pick. So that's our pick. There's no way Ansi Saleh gives that away, especially with Jalen Johnson's breakout year. And the main thing they've been trying to see in Trey's contract year is does Trey and Jalen and Porzingis, do they work? Does that situation work? They have no evidence for that, so they're not going to make a move.
I guess my first thought about that is with this injury is like the worst timing ever, obviously, because it is a contract year for Trey. But like, so Trey comes back, say he's got 50 games left. Like that's reaching. Let's say he's got 40 games left in the season.
Yeah, 40 games.
Is that enough time to really make a ruling on that coming off an injury, do you think? Because I don't think it's hard because do you pay a Trey Young coming off a knee injury that you don't know if he meshes, knowing you have a first-round pick, and I haven't done enough review yet of what this college basketball season looks like.
Yep.
I know there's plenty of depth at the forward and center position.
Yes.
And there's a couple of guards, and I hate to admit it because I'm an Auburn guy, but like Philon coming out of Alabama. I mean, Todd Pettiford, if he can play better in front of Auburn too. Like there's good guards who can be grabbed in a first-round pick. What do you think the process is? Like, what do you need to see if you're the GM of the Hawks to say like this match?
If I'm the GM of the Hawks, Trey Young has to be better defense. His offense is there. He's an offensive engine. He's got to be able to play better defense primarily, and he's got to be able to facilitate the ball. I don't know if you've noticed, but the Hawks have now started running the point through Jalen. So our 4 guy is our point guard. So and we do
sick,
that.
By the way,
It's sick. It's unbelievable. It's got it's kind of what it's got a little bit of. It's got a little bit of like rookie year Ben Simmons.
Yeah, which with a higher 3-point percentage, obviously.
Much higher 3-point.
Better than 0.
He finishes well. He drives really well. He can dribble pretty well. Not the best facilitator. He's got some turnover margin. But I just really, really like this idea of Jalen Johnson actually, like Trey and Jalen kind of doing a split, bring the ball up kind of thing. And then obviously setting up teammates. There's nobody in the league that's better than setting up teammates at Trey. But Trey has to primarily play better defense. And he's got to secondarily actually score on offense. He's got to be a legit 3-point machine. If he is, I think they keep it. We'll see what happens. I mean, there's been plenty of other positives. I mean, honestly, any other year, like last year, if this had happened, the Hawks would be the 13th overall seed. They'd be 12th or 13th. We would suck. But the emergence of Jalen and Nall have kept us completely in the game. And like I said, we're only 3 games out of second place. That's pretty good.
No, it's super great. Like we're in one of those positions where you just want to stay hunting to get into the middle of the season, right?
Absolutely.
When you're missing your actual star, you're seeing the emergence of another. Like the Hawks are in an unprecedented world for Hawks because we're in a really good spot. Like if you think about it, it can be stressful to think about like, what do we do with Trey? Like, do we trade him or are we going to miss a window to get someone like Giannis, which we don't need Giannis because he plays the same position we got Jalen playing. And statistically, he's actually better than Giannis this season so far, which is the most absurd thing I've ever said out loud. But that is a fact. It's like,
that's a fact.
The efficiency metrics for Jalen are off the charts. And this is the one thing that worries me. You talked about like Trey set up his teammates. We know he can shoot a 3-ball. Like I'm not worried about him coming off screens if Jalen brings it down. I'm actually excited about that. The biggest thing for me is like when we had Trey being the most efficient, he was working with 2 big men. They were true big men. Like Clint Capella was a absolute like magnetic to his assist. Like it was just lob down with him for probably half his assists a game. Porzingis is not that. Like Porzingis is not cut to the basket. I think he's afraid to bust himself up again, which like there's going to be residual effects mentally for a guy who's gotten hurt as much as him. There's no doubt about it. Big O will get in there and mix it up. Don't get me wrong. There's not like a consistent guy that I see Trey running a pick and roll with, unless it's Jalen or Big O, that I feel like super confident in him to be able to distribute the ball as well as he used to with Clint. And I know it may be like pessimistic or looking too detailed, but I really think like one of the biggest problems for the Hawks right now is a lack of.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, if I was Quinn Snyder, which I'm not, what I would do is I would, once Trey comes back, first off, Keaton Wallace would never see the floor again. Second off, I would actually put Porzingis on the bench because he's more of an offensive engine than Big O is. He started the season as a starter. So I would rotate KP in to get some offense interjected in there because they're just that's the main reason why they're minus 28, that lineup, is because they have no offense. I would put KP on the second unit, and I would put Naw and KP on the second unit. Right now, Naw is starting. So when Trey comes back, assuming there's a pick and roll man with Big O, you've got Jalen also running point and setting people up, and you got Dyson on defense, and assuming Trey can do any semblance of defense, to me, that second unit actually becomes a lot more appealing because now you're looking at KP at center, offensive beast, Nall running point, not Keaton Wallace anymore, setting up guys like Kennard and Krejci who have insane 3-point percentages. So I am really excited to see Trey Young come back. I think it's going to completely change our team.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting me excited about it. And I know, like, it's really hard sometimes in the situation because Jalen is being a star. You don't want to see that be pulled away for Trey, like, forcing it. I really don't think he's going to. Like, I think it's going to be, without a doubt, someone's going to have these other touches. And like we talked about, there's a whole time period in this game. Seems like every night there's about 15 minutes of stale offense.
Yeah.
So you're right. Like, it gives Quinn the chance to, like, really get creative on this pod and or on the basketball court with that lineup. We really with that gun. It's going to be very interesting, man. I'm excited more than anything. When you look ahead of this upcoming schedule, right? Like we're through this time of the year. Assuming Trey comes back with 40 games, he misses the next 10 to 15. Where do you see the Hawks in this middle ground, where the Hawks traditionally go dormant for a while? Like they usually come alive in the back third of the season to try to get into playoffs. What do you see happening in this next half of the season here?
It's really hard to tell because this team really hasn't had a lot of playing time altogether. If I was a betting man, I would say the Hawks finish 5th in the East.
Okay. So it's dropped about two spots from where we started the season. Just obviously with Trey getting hurt, it's changed the complexity of the season.
100%, without a doubt. So we talked about this just to kind of allude a little bit more to that. Trey Young, 2023 season, 3-point percentage, 37%. Trey Young last season, 34%. Okay, 3-point percentage is actually going down. So you made a comment, you said his 3-point percentage has always been there, but we got to have it facilitate. It's actually the opposite when you look at the numbers. His 3-point percentage has gone down, and he's assisting more. So, and his assists were through the roof last year. He led the league in assists. So people think of Trey Young, they think of big, long threes, but the statistics show he's actually getting worse in that department. And so what I'm saying is we need Trey Young in the high 30s. If Trey can do that, I think we'll be in a top 5 seed in the East, and I think we will see how we gel together in the playoffs. The team is talented. There's no doubt about it. We've got a lot of talent. Sure. We got a lot of talent. We're well coached. People hate on Quinn Snyder, and I tell them, get out of here. Quinn is the man. I think we'll finish 5th, and I think we'll see how we look when we get there. Maybe we can make a run.
I think that it's interesting this year with the East. Like, if you had told me that the Pistons would be doing what they're doing right now, I'd tell you you're crazy.
Cade Cunningham is unbelievable.
Unbelievable. When was Cade Cunningham drafted?
I don't know, but I watched the game. The Hawks played them on a back-to-back, and it was a brutal back-to-back.
Lost by 1, too.
They lost by 1, and Cade was a bucket. The last 5 minutes, they literally just gave Cade the ball, and he was finding ways to score on every possession. He couldn't miss. It was crazy. I have never seen anything like that, and I just thought it was so impressive. He's one of my favorite players in the NBA to watch. He's just so good. But, dude, I think the Celtics are always pretty good. We can totally we beat the Magic every time we play them. It feels like
we mentally own the Knicks.
We mentally own the Knicks. Raptors seem to get us, but Sixers, Cavs, Heat, we beat all them. So, I think we'll fit. I really do think 5th is doable. I really do.
Why do you think? And I know why. Why do you think the Raptors get us at that?
The Raptors are big,
way bigger, and that's my biggest pain point. Like, if the Hawks are going to make a move in season, it's got to be to at least have somebody who's a dirty work guy.
Yeah.
Come play backup center for Big O, and then even I don't even mind if you just play Porzingis as a 4, because at that point he's got the shot and he can stretch.
Yeah.
So it's we need someone to be doing the dirty work. Jalen's doing it. Big O does it.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing the hunger for boards from Veet and Kennard, and I mean Mo Gay. How many rebounds is he averaging? He's kind of cooled off. He's kind of cooled off the past couple games. But he's played really well over the season. Let's see here. Mo Gay averaging
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what he's averaging, but I mean, Mo Gay.
0.8 rebounds. That's got to go up for Mo Gay in his position and his role in the team.
Yeah. I mean, without a doubt. Mo Gay is a project still. He's now actually having impact. Remember, this guy was in the G League 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's like the dude had no reason to be in the NBA, but he's an athletic specimen. I mean, the dude
really
is unbelievable.
And he can shoot a corner three pretty well too, like spot up. So for a tall, extended guy who plays good defense, like I really like the idea that he can pull people out toward him as well.
100%.
I will say there's one guy we haven't talked about at all who's starting to get more minutes, and it's Asa Newell. Has actually surprised me a lot. I didn't think he'd get as much time, and when he's come, he flashes every time he's on the court.
His three-pointer, man, I think he's like second. Like, let me look this up. I want to say his three-pointer is like up there, like of all like qualified shooters. He's like in the top 5% of.
He's shooting 50% from three. I mean, I don't have how many attempts he's taken, but he's shooting 50% right now. He has the highest percentage on the Hawks, at least by.
I mean, I think he's 50%, and I don't know where that is in terms of the NBA. But
it's got to be up there. I don't know too many guys shooting 50% from
it is way up there. But
I'd love to see him get involved a little bit more and really put him in a role play position where he can get on the boards. Like, to be honest with you, if I get he's new to the NBA, so that's already an adjustment. But he's a guy I see as like, okay, we're lacking rebounding. Get this guy on the boards, maybe. Like, get him some more minutes to get in there. Let some fouls loose, So you don't need to be Zaza Pachulia breaking eye sockets out there, but it'd be great if we could get some minutes in there. You can do some dirty work too.
Hey, we got to talk about once on 3-point percentage real quick. There's a guy on the Portland Trailblazers named like Duop Reith. Okay,
how seasonally appropriate, Reith.
It's Christmas. 59% from 3-point line this season.
Okay, we got
high volume.
I was going to say, what is high volume? I got to see a number of attempts.
I'm pulling
9% is absurd.
This is worth pulling up on
yeah, absolutely
news.
It is.
But 59% from 3-point land this year.
Holy cow, dude.
It's crazy.
That's
bro.
incredible. I haven't shot 59% at any point in my life from any spot, I don't think.
I don't
not
shoot
even not even from the free throw line.
From the free throw line.
That is crazy,
Hilarious.
man. In the NBA, it's nuts, especially even playing in the West where Portland does. That's even tougher. So, well, yeah, man, listen, a lot to be excited about for the Hawks. There's one more question that Kraemer and I have for you.
Okay.
And I bet some other users have the same question, which is, what the heck is the NBA Cup? And why are we doing it?
You know, it's a profit-making machine. They're just trying to find ways to make money.
Is this just being made so we can sponsor the WNBA, or like what's the situation here?
Yeah, maybe they're just funneling profits to the WNBA. I truly have no idea. But I can tell you that all the teams in the NBA Cup are actually fun to watch. You've got Magic Knicks and you've got Spurs Thunder. I mean,
yeah, that's pretty fun. Wemby and Shea, like that's pretty exciting.
I think what's cool actually about the NBA Cup is that could be a future semifinals of the actual playoffs matchup.
Yeah.
The Magic are good. The Knicks are really good. The Knicks are second in the East. I'm surprised that, Pistons probably make it there. So probably flip-flop Magic out of there. But Spurs Thunder, that's a very legitimate Western Conference.
That's a really fun matchup too.
But the paint color on the
all
floors has got to go.
Yeah, so this is my biggest I think the whole thing's stupid. I'm just going to go ahead and put that totally on the record.
Love
it. The season tournament that I don't care about, that no one seems to care about. There's apparently some ad for it that's stupid. Don't do this. We don't need it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's already the All-Star weekend, which is the perfect distraction and break for players. We don't need another, like, random. This isn't soccer.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I can understand the schedule. Maybe it's because of my simple brain.
Yeah.
But, like, we play games, you go to playoffs.
Yes.
Right? That's, like, how every sport I care about goes.
We are too stupid to know how to do
we're way too dumb to be thrown in in-season tournaments. And it's upsetting. It's upsetting to someone who already has enough brain cells being deactivated by his 9 to 5.
Yeah, we got to get rid of the NBA Cup. I totally agree.
Got to get rid of it. Let's start it. Let's hashtag get rid of the NBA Cup.
Get rid of the cup.
Here's something we've been learning about a little bit here. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Last thing, and I'll let you go. There are rumors that Saudi money is going to get involved to start a women's basketball league that would ultimately pull players away from the WNBA. Do you hate or love the idea, the fact that it would be Saudi money? So where you stand with that, you can speak to it, but it would also then take the burden off the NBA and get those women paid way more because it's not attached to the NBA, which to me seems kind of like a win. I think Live Golf was an absolute horrible situation and still is. So, like, I don't like the way they run it, but, like, tell me your thoughts on that.
Don't care.
And there it is. That's Talking WNBA with Connor Beecham. We love getting to go to the beach. Kraemer will have some words for it. If he was here, he's big on the dream. He's trying to get me up to speed.
Wow.
I think the biggest thing about it is that it gets out of the blanket of the NBA. So whether you care or not, it's like the constant like political talk around the sport, which makes me really frustrated, is like women want to get paid and they work hard and they practice hard and they play hard. I get that. But the product isn't making money. So it's like, all right, well, if we can separate the two from the NBA and still have a league where women can go ball out, then like that seems to me like the perfect idea.
Yeah, I mean,
as a business model, it's just like I don't know why the NBA would do it if they can sell it off to the side.
Just like Live Golf, I think anytime an adversary comes in and tries to disrupt the monopoly, it's going to make the monopoly better. And so, like, it won't work out, and they might go and get paid, but ultimately they'll come back to the WNBA because it's probably the WNBA will get better and fix it and pay them more and whatever. It's probably be for the best. But when I say this, I mean this with my entire heart. I don't care. I just don't care.
We never brought Beecham on here to talk about the WNBA. He's the NBA guy. So
yeah, leave it to Kraemer. If Kramer's a dream guy, I respect that. I really respect that.
Yeah, look, I don't really care about cricket.
Fair.
So, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't ask me about cricket. Don't ask me about cricket. I will say,
about cricket.
It's totally off subject. Now, before I let you go, we got to get a rugby segment going in this pod at some point. I don't know who we're going to cheer for or what, but rugby is like the coolest thing in the world. It's expanding rapidly. We'll talk about that some other time. NBA talk. Beecham, thank you always for coming on here and talking about this. We really appreciate it. It's been great speaking with you. And we'll have you on again, most likely before the All-Star break.
Let's do it.
Or we'll talk about the first half of the season. Barring, obviously, anything crazy happens with Trey. If we have some big trades go down or something nuts goes on, you're going to be called like with the bat signal to hop on immediately to talk about the ramifications.
I'm all in. I think Trey Young could come back potentially within the next couple of weeks. So when he comes back and makes a return, we'll have to set up another one for the All-Star break for sure. Or maybe
perfect. That'd be great. Especially after we can see him play a couple games. It's like, all right, what does 100%. This do to productivity immediately? I love it. Beach, thanks always, man. We appreciate it. And rise up and believe it.
Let's go, baby.
Say, man. We can't thank Beecham enough for coming on. We really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed that too. He'll be on again soon to talk about kind of as we move toward the halfway point of the season. And also when Trey Young comes back. I know he wants to be on for that, and we want him on to talk about that. Speaking of Trey Young, last update for this pod. He has been assigned to G League practice. So he is taking live reps in the G League with that team, which is a great move forward for us, especially coming off a really bad loss to the Pistons and a really good win versus the Sixers, who we absolutely own. Joel Embiid just absolutely bows to Jalen Johnson, which I love. But that's it. We won't hold y'all any longer. We really appreciate y'all coming on. Kraemer, why don't you send us home?
Thank you guys for listening to another episode of the Atlanta Sports Special. And whether you flew here or you grew here, we appreciate having you. Have a good one.
Rise up, believe it.
Yeah! ATL on the rise, you know how we do. Beach tree dreams, dirty birds flying through. From the gridiron to the diamond, courts to the pitch. We reppin' ATL Sports, every team, every niche. ATL, where the flames ignite. From Truist Park to the bins at night. Dreams take flight, Hawks soar high. United we stand, reaching for the sky.